I mean, it's wonderful news that you're feeling well.
So I have to say, the minute I took the cocktail yesterday, I felt 100% better. It works very quickly. Wow.
Lydia and I were talking yesterday, and I was saying, now I was thinking I wondered if you coming out of this, and we assumed that you would come out of this great, would the experience affect you the way it affected your debate prep colleague, Governor Chris Christie? Now, obviously, you both have different health situations, but he clearly came out of his experience, which was a pretty traumatic experience. It sounds like, feeling like he had a whole different view of COVID itself and fighting COVID and dealing with COVID. Are you?
I have exactly the same view. You know, I've also been through cancer. Couple of other things, very serious emergency knee operation. Things happen in life, and you have to go with them. You can't overreact to them. Otherwise, you let the fear of illness drive your entire life. So I've never overreacted to it. You know, you take normal precautions. You don't screw around your whole life because of an illness. You know, we face risk. I'd rather face risk than live in a basement all my life.
And right now, for anyone who's tuning in, you are listening to America's Mayor Rudy Giuliani calling in to his own show right here at WABC Radio. I am Lydia Serrani, joined by Juliet Huddy with the first exclusive interview with Mayor Giuliani, calling from the hospital. And does it change your perspective, Mayor, on wearing a mask? We've been hearing about President-elect. I know we don't like to call him that, but we hear about Joe Biden.
Well,
okay?
some of us don't.
We hear about Joe Biden talking about this 100-day mask mandate. How do you feel now about masks?
It does not. I think you can overdo the mask. You can overdo almost anything. Everything done in moderation makes much more sense. And what we're doing to American business right now is disgraceful. And it's not based on science. This is a curable disease at this point. This is in the category now of a curable disease. The mortality rates are nothing like they were 5-6 months ago. And they're reacting as if it's the same mortality rates as 5 or 6 months ago. And they are destroying American small business in 5 or 6 or 7 major cities. And I've been watching that on television. That's probably been getting me angrier than anything else. Watching those people in Staten Island having their business destroyed. Or that woman in California where they put her out of business and they let NBC have a beautiful little cafe right across the street.
Yeah,
they enforce these mask rules, and the rules are so ridiculous they can't live by them.
And the mental health, the mental health, too, of Americans being locked down, as well as the children not going into school as well.
When this first happened, and we were at something like a 5 or 6% mortality rate, and we didn't know if it was going to get even higher, and there was a lot of unknowns. I had some trepidations about the complete lockdown, but I thought it was the right thing to do. But I also thought we should have announced to the American people there's a trade-off for it. We're not getting this lockdown for free. This is going to cause a certain number of deaths. It's going to destroy a certain number of lives. It's not just you just don't lock down.
Well, we also, since then, we've become a lot more familiar with the virus itself, how it spreads. What is more dangerous? What is it going on to a subway, or is it going into a restaurant or a bar and hanging out with each other? I mean, we're starting to get a lot more information, and we're curating that information and applying that. My biggest concern, though, Rudy, is the cocktail that you've been given is, from what I understand, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's not something that the normal American is going to be able to get because it's quite expensive. Is that a concern for you?
I didn't know that. I mean, they give it here at this hospital. At
certain hospitals can get it. I know there's a Northern Westchester Hospital, Westchester County Hospital. There are a couple of hospitals.
They went over with me the 5 methods of treatment that they have, and that's one of the methods of treatment that they have. So I'm not sure about that.
Jenna Ellis, your partner there, has since announced that she has COVID, and the concern is that she was at the White House or one of the White House Christmas parties. There are several news outlets that are reporting that their sources inside.
Goodness. She tested negative. She tested negative, I think, the next day. Because so it could be a freak that she had it, but I can't imagine she had it at that time.
Well, the bottom line is that she had it, and just at this point,
no. She didn't necessarily have it at the party.
Well, but she did test positive.
No, eventually.
Right. Okay.
5 days later.
Exactly. And you don't know how long it takes. I mean, yes, she might have had it. Maybe she didn't have it.
All you can go by is the test that you take.
That's true, but it doesn't always show up immediately. It could take days.
But if you are invited to a place and they test you as negative, you go in. You don't know that you have it.
Mayor, obviously you were crisscrossing across the country, fighting for voting.
I was tested on Monday and Tuesday, and then I went to Michigan, I went to Arizona, Michigan, and Georgia. I had been tested on Monday night. I was in Michigan on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Friday in Atlanta, and then I was back.
Right. Yeah, I know. You were tested multiple times, right?
And I didn't have symptoms until Sunday.
Until Sunday. So the reports that you had symptoms on Friday night are not true.
Yeah, I probably felt a little tired on Friday night, but I didn't realize it.
Well,